Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Marriage Tips with Asperia. In today's video, we are going to respond to a question which was raised by one of the viewers after watching a video about what our maids should not do for us in our homes. If you haven't watched that video, I'm going to put the link in the description box. So you go and watch it so that you can understand this question very well. So if you are new here, my name's Asperia Wogabaga, and on this channel we share about marriage and relationship, faith, and everything that makes our lives better in our homes, and basically that is what we share. So I'm going to come back with that question. Welcome back, and let's go straight into the question. The question here, it goes like, hello mom, I need your help. I have a house helper. She's 23 and has never gotten married, and so my husband sometimes stays home. Sometimes I go to work at night and I leave the two of them in the house. We have one baby who is now 5 years. After watching your video about what housemaids must not do for us, I really got scared because mine has been doing everything. My fear is now her getting close or into an affair with my husband. What can I do? That question is really not, and it's a question because definitely this lady must be a very busy lady. You know, there are some jobs whereby they require you to work at night. For example, if you are a nurse, a midwife, a doctor, sometimes you can go away and you work at night and you sleep at the facilities. Or if you are an askari, or like many other jobs which can require someone to work at night. And sometimes when you look at the financial stability of a home, you find you really need to work. You cannot really sit down. Maybe the responsibilities are really so much, and really no one wants to sit home and do not work. Yeah, so this lady must be hurting, So one thing I'm going to first tell you is that it's a very big challenge. It's a big temptation to your husband. It's not that all men are cheaters. It's not that every man wants to cheat on their wives, but sometimes it comes as a temptation. The devil is always at work and can use any available opportunity to cause someone to sin. So your housemate being at home alone with your husband, I must tell you that it's a really a big temptation to him. And then secondly, you should understand that sometimes these housemaids, they have types. One, there's someone who is hungry for success. Those ones are looking for money and they can do anything to get money. If it means sleeping with your husband to get money, they can do that and you can never know. So another type is, there are those ones who are desperately looking for someone to settle with in marriage. Maybe some of them have been married, they have not succeeded in their marriages, and some of them carry this bitterness and they take it in another person's house, and they are really willing, if any man talks anything, they are easy and they can just go with that man, whether it's their boss or anything. Then another type of housemaids is, there are those ones who are naive. Like, they are not hungry for success, they are not looking for marriage, but they are just there. They don't have even any abilities or any powers to make good choices. They are so simple and they are locally, they cannot even think out of the box. So that one, if approached, she doesn't even know what to do. Some of them get into those affairs because of fear and so on. So such a person can get into a relationship with your husband so quickly because she's naive. Cheating sometimes is not automatic, and not every man is a cheater. But as I said, it's personality, and the devil is always at work. Men's reaction towards women is not like women. For them, they can react on just a small thing. When they look at someone, how they look, how they appear, their body types, their body shapes, and it turns them on. And once you are not at home, that is an easy chance for them to go into a romantic relationship with the housemaid. So you have to be very, very careful, and this is what I would do if I were in your shoes. Looking at your relationship with your husband, you guys have a child who is 5 years, and 5 years here in Uganda you qualify to go to school. So I take the child to school, and then we divide the work, because definitely the work is really not too much. If your husband sometimes is at home, you can do some small work around. If he's not this type of man who love to do work at home, then you can get a housemaid who is a part-timer. Like, she can come at home and wash for you clothes, clean the house, and go away. She doesn't have to stay in the house, because if the child comes back from school and the father is at home, maybe you are on a night shift, he can sleep with the child in the house, and you come back in the morning. That is it. Or you can get this housemaid. She comes around, does the work, digs around, and goes away. So when you come back, you do some finishes, because maybe the nature of your work may not allow you to stay at home, and I also not advise you to quit your job. And then another thing you can do, if all that fails, you can also try to get a relative of his. Like, you get someone. There are people who want to stay somewhere in town as they go to school. There are those people. I know you cannot fail to get someone to stay with, so you can get another person, someone who is a big girl too, so that they can stay together in the house, because it's really not safe to leave these people in the house alone. You cannot get fire, and you bring blue band and you put it near fire, and you say, fire, please keep for me my blue band. You will find when fire has melted that blue band. So you cannot get meat and put it near a dog. You are tempting this dog. Even if it is not hungry, it will get tempted to eat. At least two are better than one. If you leave these two people alone in the house, and in the night someone will get an urge and will wake up to go and maybe meet someone in the corridor, and what happens? I will not be there. So you try to look for someone around and stay with them, all of them. And another thing, when you come off work, I know you have days when you are off, you can do the work. You can do some work, because if you are 3 people in the house, the work is really not too much, because you don't eat at home. Or you can, if you can't manage waking up to cook something for your husband, let someone come and stay with you who is a relative to him. Maybe there it can be easy for him, because he will have this in him, that this is my relative, I can't do this. You're thinking about cheating on you, but it's also good to be curious, because you never know why you felt like that in your mind. And as you know, we all have these bodies. They are weak at some points, and anytime he can cheat on you. That is the truth, because he can get tempted. Every day he's looking at this housemaid, you're not around. Maybe today he has a sexual urge, you're not around. What will come? This, Satan will tell him, this is a quick thing here. Please, God, no one is seeing you. And he can end up in doing that. And also some other housemaids are not easy. They take that advantage that you are not around. So, like, they have to move around when they have short skirts, and she shakes the bum around the guy, and the guy will have no control. You will have to go for something. So please look for another person. I know a guy who used to go together with his wife to work. They live at the same time, going in the same vehicle. But when he reaches at work, he comes back home to have sex with a housemaid. Or sometimes he would forge sickness, and he wants his wife to go first, and because they were so close to one another. So anything can happen if those two guys are in the same house and you can't see it, so until God will open your eyes. Temptation comes after our eyes have seen. When they see, they speak to our minds, and the minds control now the bodies. So the eyes will now see the husband and be like, she's looking beautiful, she's easy, she talks well, and so on, and you find they're already into an affair. So you have to be very vigilant and very careful. They get so used with these girls. Even when you're around, you find he's calling the housemaid, bring for me tea, take for me water to bathe. Hey, they are used. And then this girl will now go around shaking her bum 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 bum, bringing tea, bringing this, taking care of the child. And the husband will say, oh, this lady is very good mannered, and she loves my child so much. And small things turn our men on. Please, let's not be a source of temptation to these guys. If there's any way you could get someone to stay with, they become more than one, it's fine. If not, if you can get someone who is a part-timer, he only works around and goes back to sleep at her place, that's also another good thing. And try your level best to change the situation in your house. If you love this video, please, you can give me a like. You can leave your comment in the comment section so that you can maybe add on this advice. You can maybe share the experiences of how you can handle that if you are in her shoes, and you can also recommend on what she could do if you have ever gone through such a thing. And please do not forget to subscribe. You can also send your questions on my WhatsApp number at 0706775451, and we shall respond to them together and we shall learn. My desire is to build strong marriages on the foundation of God. Be blessed.